Don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts or your own story in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss the moments we capture and share here. Before I begin, tell me where you're watching from, because I love knowing which cities and towns join me when I share a memory. Especially one like this, a quiet afternoon that stayed with me for years, not dramatic, not flashy, but profoundly human in its simplicity. The house felt unusually still that day, soft sunlight stretching across the kitchen table, warming my hands as I held a cup of tea. The hum of the refrigerator and the gentle ticking of the clock amplified by the calm, and I wasn't expecting anyone. Certainly not Daniel, my nephew, who usually called ahead. Yet there he was, knocking softly, hesitantly, shoulders slightly hunched, hands buried in jacket pockets, giving me a small, polite smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, and I felt a mix of warmth and concern instantly. Stepping aside to let him in as he walked slowly, glancing around the familiar living room as if seeing it with new eyes, and when I offered him tea, he nodded. But it was clear his mind was far away, heavy with thoughts he hadn't spoken aloud yet. Sitting across from him at the table, I said gently, "You're awfully quiet today." And he looked up, just for a moment, revealing glimpses of the boy he once was. Running through the hallway, laughing freely, yet now he was a young man, thoughtful, carrying a complexity in his gaze, and after a long pause he whispered, "I didn't know who else to talk to," which struck me deeply because despite having friends, family, and peers, he had chosen my doorway for comfort, and I felt honored and concerned simultaneously. He began slowly, cautiously revealing the pressures he felt. The sense of being lost, of not meeting expectations, of feeling like life was moving forward while he remained uncertain. Each word weighted with unspoken burdens, and when he finally said, "I just needed someone who listens," it settled in the room like a soft, steady pulse. And I reached out, placing my hand over his briefly, not to fix anything, just to remind him he wasn't alone, and said, "You're not failing, you're growing." And growing always feels uncomfortable, which made him exhale slowly, the tension in his shoulders loosening ever so slightly, as if he had carried weeks of worry just to that moment. He admitted quietly that he had always thought adults had everything figured out, and seeing me realizing no one really does was strangely comforting. And I told him gently, "We just learn as we go," which seemed to anchor him. And then he spoke about needing calm and steadiness that day, about longing for someone who remembered who he was before doubt and fear piled on top. And I listened, fully present, letting him speak about pressures, isolation, and expectations without judgment. And when he wandered into the living room to look at old family photos, pausing at a picture of himself at 10 holding a trophy, he murmured softly, "You were always proud of me back then." And I replied, "I still am," which seemed to hit a deep place inside him, because he sat closer on the sofa than before. letting the lamp's soft glow highlight both vulnerability and familiarity. And he admitted that he had been dealing with so much silently, needing someone who truly saw him beyond appearances. And I whispered, "I see you, Nat. The version everyone expects, but you," and the connection deepened, not dramatically, but profoundly human, filling the quiet space with understanding and warmth. And as the sun faded and evening settled, we reminisced about childhood moments, family gatherings, and laughter long forgotten, weaving a new layer of closeness, until finally he stood, stretching lightly, saying he was glad he came and that he would visit more often. And I told him the door is always open, and when he left, the house didn't feel empty. It felt full of meaning, connection, and quiet understanding, a reminder that sometimes the simplest moments, the softest conversations, the gentle act of listening, are the ones that stay with you forever, shaping the way we see ourselves and those we love, leaving a warm, lingering echo that reminds you how powerful it is to be truly seen, heard, and understood, and how an unexpected visit can reveal profound truths without ever being loud or dramatic. Just honest, steady, human, and unforgettable.